Well, it's a beautiful sunny day today, even though it's windy. It's May 8th. It's exactly 2 weeks after the rally. Today's Wednesday. So I've been quiet for 2 weeks now, pretty much. I haven't really posted much on social media. I was going to be doing that regardless of whether or not the rally was a huge success to everybody or not. I knew that, after the rally, I had to get my stuff in order. So, and I put a lot of stuff on the back burner when it comes to my camp and getting stuff prepared. A lot of people don't realize the amount of work that actually it takes. I'm just down here at the water right now. Just did some dishes. Try and keep everything clean. I don't want, critters and bugs and stuff like that around. So I try and keep everything clean. Been scavenging for wood. My brother came by last night. Had a macaroni meal, so at least I got something in my stomach. Kind of got a little scare on Monday because it was like 2-3 days I hadn't eaten. And I was stoking the fire and I fucking felt like I was going to pass right out. So I turned around so that I wouldn't fall into the fire pit and blacked out for a quick minute. So my nutrition level is very low. Trying to keep water for sure. You can go 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So as people can tell, I've been losing weight, quite a bit of weight actually. I'm under the 150 pound mark now. And it's been tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough. I thought the rally would open up doors, but you know what? I did what I said that I was gonna do regardless. I showed up. I stood up for my kids. They're going to know that their dad was there. They're going to know that their dad stands up for them regardless of what everybody else wants to think or the fear that's out there. Because that's really what it's all about. There's too much fear out there. I was getting messages from people, stating that, oh, well, they had an ongoing case or, they're afraid that their ex is going to find out that they were at a rally or they're standing up for themselves and standing up for their kids. You guys make it seem like that's actually a bad thing. And that's the sad part about it, is that there's a lot of people out there that know that they need to do the right thing, but they're so fucking scared because of what the court system does. And you have lawyers even that are telling you not to do these things. You got family that are telling you not to do these things. You got friends that are telling you not to do these things. But they're telling you to do the wrong thing. They're telling you not to stand up for your kids, to allow your kids to be abused. And I can't do that. My kids go through mental abuse every day. They're lied to on a constant basis. And I know this because it gets back to me. My brother has been telling me quite a bit lately. And it just goes to show you the type of person that I have to deal with. And I know that my ex-wife is just one of thousands, if not millions, of parents out there that do the exact same thing. And it's not fair. It's not fair to our kids, and it's not fair to us. I've been out here homeless now in the bush for like 6 months now. I said in my last video that if I was a mom that went through everything that I've gone through and all the information and the standing up and the advocacy that I've done, if I was a mother that has done this, I wouldn't be in this position right now. I know that for a fact, and we all know that to be true. It's because I'm a father, I'm a male, I'm disposable. That's the way that society has pinned us, and that's the way, I guess, that people want to think history goes with men, is that we're just disposable. Again, it's sad because men's mental health just, I guess, means fuck all nowadays. So I stay out here. I keep my peace by being around things that I enjoy, which is nature. This winter wasn't easy to get through. It was cold. I had really no heat. I kept myself warm by layering up, wearing fucking anything that I could really find, and wrapping myself in blankets at night, and pretty much staying underneath blankets a lot of the time, to be honest. There were some days where I didn't come out of the tent for days. Very depressing, to be honest. You have to be strong in order to do this. There's probably be a lot of people that would have been in my shoes that they wouldn't have came out of it. So I count myself grateful that, you know, the universe has blessed me with that strength. And I dug deep for that strength, because not a lot of people would have. They would have given up. And that's one thing that I'll never do. You know, whether I'm hungry, stressed, depressed, whatever it is, I'm not giving up. My kids mean more to me than anything in this world, so I'm not going to give up on them. I'm going to take a step back on the advocacy, though, because, you know, before all of this, the rally, I pretty much used everything that I had to make it to Ottawa, because I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to make it. But I had some friends help me out. My good friend Ron, who has been there for me numerous times, he's more of a father figure than I've ever had. He looks out for me, and you know, he helped me out. My buddy Keith, another good guy, another dad that's out there fighting. He stood up on his day. He was in Kingston on the rally date, showing his support. He helped me out. You know, there's multiple people that have helped me out. My good buddy JC, ride or die guy. You know, he's the guy that made my Father's Truth logo. He's been with me since the start. You know, he keeps apologizing to me about the start of it all. Like, you know, man, I'm sorry that I bugged you, but it wasn't bugging. You know, I was trying to help people out just by listening to them, giving them some advice. And, you know, he's one of the guys that I became very close with. He was my parent of the year for a Father's Truth for the first year. I went and visited him and his daughter and brought them some gifts. And, you know, we kept that relationship going. So to me, that's what it was all about, was helping. Because I felt helpless at that time too. So helping out other people actually helped me out as well. And it helps everybody out in these situations when, you know, you do feel helpless, and you can just sit there and be of help to somebody else by just listening to them. You know, a lot of the times we can actually put ourselves in their shoes, because a lot of the stuff that they're about to tell us, we've been through a lot of these things. Because parental alienation is the same across the board. You know, your kids are being manipulated. It's not even just your kids, your family's being manipulated. Your friends are being manipulated. Like, my family gets manipulated on the daily. And, you know, it is what it is, because that's just something that also I've just grown to get used to over the years. I am the black sheep of the family. I am the lion of the family. And, you know, I'm the only one that really tells the truth. Nobody else wants to take accountability for what's happened or what their choices they've made in their life. They don't want to take accountability for that. Whereas, you know, I got to take accountability. That's all part of it. That's all part of a healing process too. You know, is taking accountability for the stuff that you might have done. And I made some choices in my life that I know I could have made some better choices. But hey, under the circumstances and everything that you go through when you're hit with false allegations, especially the shit that I've gone through, you can only learn from those mistakes and keep moving forward. That's really all you can do. So, you know, it's been a battle since I've been here. I'm not gonna lie, since I've been back. The whole stuff with the rally and False Allegations Canada and that piece of shit Gavin McMillan, the rapist, stealing my rally. And, you know, they literally used, within the last week, they were sending out emails and they were literally watching all my posts, my social media posts, and they were using the same stuff that I was using in their email subject lines. Like, we are coming, and here we are, and it's go time. These are all things that within that week that I was in Ottawa, these are all things that I was putting out there. And they were using the exact same thing in their emails. And it pissed me off, and it still pisses me off that they had to go to those lengths. You know, just because I didn't agree that they have a rapist that is leading their cause, and they want to actually charge people to sit there during their support meetings. And I thought that was absolutely wrong. To charge people a subscription service to use your services that are really a venting service. You know, I do these things for free. I've been doing these things for 5 years for nothing. I don't charge people to sit there and listen to them. I don't charge people to give them advice on what they should do or send them paperwork or sometimes even do their paperwork for them. I don't charge people to do that. You just do that out of the goodness because you know that it's the right thing to do and you know that these people need help. But, you know, some people don't see it that way. And False Allegations Canada, you are one of those corporations and organizations that do that. And, you know, these people are trying to get charity status as well. And if I have anything to do with it, they're not going to receive that charity status. Because you can't be an organization that's dealing with false allegations when you have a convicted rapist that's serving a 9-year sentence right now for rape. You can't be that type of organization. And he is guilty. He has been found guilty twice. He was first found guilty by a jury, and then he was found guilty by appeal judges. So he's guilty. I've read that decision multiple times now. He's guilty. So I'm not going to ever support anybody that is guilty of a crime that they say they were wrongfully convicted of. Bullshit. I'm not going to do it. And, you know, everybody else needs to know the truth out there about this organization because they were the ones that literally took it from myself. They took it from a lot of other parents out there that were actually looking forward to April 24th. And then it became too much of a hassle when I stepped away and decided to not go with False Allegations Canada and Lies Ruin Lives, because Lies Ruin Lives was created because of the organization that we were supposed to have and the unity that we were supposed to have within that. So there was a lot of questions out there with people wanting to know what happened with that. I just told you what happened with that. I'm not going to hide the truth from people. I believe that it was important for people to know. I really should have said it right away. Maybe it could have opened up a lot of people more to the truth instead of being kept in the shadows. I apologize for that. That's a mistake that I take accountability for. It should have been brought out right off the bat. I did reach out to a lot of personal friends that I knew would understand this situation. So, you know, that's really why on April 24th, it was just me and my buddy. And, you know, my buddy was in a wheelchair. He has no legs. He had gangrene in his middle finger. He was very sick, but he still showed up for like 4 hours. So, you know, again, there's no excuses. Regardless of what happened, parents needed to stand up, and there was just too many that lived in fear on that day still. And they still live in fear. That's what our world is right now, actually. We live in fear. I don't, but a lot of other people do. So, you know, we have to continue moving forward no matter what. This rally is going to happen next year. I'm going to guarantee that. False Allegations Canada will have no business, no affiliation. They'll have nothing to do with this upcoming rally for April 24th of 25. I am thinking about actually doing a rally before then, possibly in August. Because, you know, that's when actually everything happened for me. It was August 6th of 2019. And August would be some nicer weather. And, you know, a lot of people might be on holidays then, so we might get a better turnout. Because people need to show up. They need to stop with the awareness. You know, I understand, you know, Parental Alien Awareness Day is important. I tried to get a proclamation from Hamilton. I got a response, I think, a few days before I actually went out to Ottawa, stating from the mayor's office, stating that Hamilton does not do proclamations, but they're actually willing to be heard at a city council meeting. So I'm going to work on that probably in the next month or so, in making a presentation for Hamilton City Council to hear, the causes of parental alienation and the importance of the awareness. But really, it's the importance of actually doing something about these things. Because, again, we've had 20 years of Parental Alienation Awareness Day. From what I understand, it started in 2004. So we're in 2024 now. 20 years of an awareness day with no action. We need to have that action date. More parents need to stand up. You got to write to your senators. We need bills created. It's the only way that this is going to work. Again, without the unity, we're not going to be able to unlock anything in the family court system when it deals with changes that we need, especially when, it's our kids' futures that we're dealing with here. So it is what it is. Again, with the rally, I was there. I stood up. I had Parliament Protective Services waiting for me. They actually emailed me, called me, texted me the day before. They had my information. They knew I was coming. They knew I was serious. So they met me there on the Wednesday morning, just to make sure everything was peaceful. They used my permit from 2020. And, I know where they got my phone number. Again, False Allegations Canada cannot be that sneaky that, they tried to even report me. But I was one step ahead. So it is what it is, You're doing something right when people try to stop you. And I had plenty of people trying to stop me. My ex-wife was trying to stop me as well before all of this. Calling the police while I was at my mother's, enticing my mother, pretending to my mother that I was the problem, that I'm the monster, that, I'm the one that's creating all these problems. My mom's very naive. She's an alcoholic. I literally just found out that she's a cokehead. Fucking unbelievable. 65 years old and my mother's doing coke. And my brother just recently found it while his son was at the house. It's fucking unbelievable. Like, this is the type of stuff that I have to deal with on a daily that I don't normally talk about, but I'm going to talk about it now. And this is, the stuff that my ex-wife uses. She knows that she can use this against me, so she does. My ex-wife's very smart. She knew me since high school. She was obsessed with me then, and she's still obsessed with me to this day. Narcissists usually are obsessed with their victim. They usually are, because they want that full control over them. And when they can't get that control, they're going to fucking destroy you in every which way that they possibly can. My ex wants me dead. There's no question about it. She wants me dead. Because I will not fall into her trap again. I'm not in love with her. I'm never going to be in love with her again. She's a disgusting human being. She's evil. And she's the root of all this cause. So my kids need to know all the truths about everything, including their grandmother. When I found out that my mother was a cokehead, I knew that she had done coke in the past, and that's actually why me and my ex-wife stopped my mother from seeing my kids many years ago. And, it was a few years before we even started talking to my mom again. And it was because my mom chose that lifestyle with her loser boyfriend. So, he passed away from alcohol abuse, liver shut down. And now my mom's been widowed for the last year, blew all the money that she had. Apparently she got $43,000 and she's down to, I think, less than $2,000. Blew it all on drugs, alcohol, and scratch tickets. But meanwhile, her son's out in the bush, 10 minutes away from where she actually lives. I'm starving every day. I could use some help from my mother, because that's, what parents are supposed to do, is you're supposed to help out your kids when they're in these situations. But instead, she wants to drink and do drugs. So my kids need to know the truth. And I'm sure now that my ex-wife, because I know she's going to watch this, you probably didn't know that, right? And I'm not lying. She's doing drugs. She was just caught by my brother. My nephew walked in and could have gotten a hold of that, and who knows what could have happened. These are the reasons why I didn't want my kids around that in the beginning. But I'm the bad guy. You know, I'm the one that's always portrayed as the bad guy. And that's the way it usually goes, right? The black sheep is always the one that people look down on. But the black sheep is the one that's telling the fucking truth. So there it is. These are things that I got to deal with. You know, and my ex-wife's using it to her advantage. I don't think she knows about the coke, but she knows how naive my mother is. My mother's also bipolar, schizophrenic, manic depressive. She's got Crohn's. She's got this. She's got everything. She takes handfuls of medication every day. Yes, she drinks like a fish. My brother said when he gave her the last of her money, he was holding on to it. A couple weeks ago, he got pissed off at her because he found out about the drugs when he walked in. So he went to the bank the next day, gave her all her money back, and you know what she did? That day she went and bought 3 bottles of wine. Unbelievable, just unbelievable. This is what I got to deal with. You know, that's why I'm out in the bush starving, because I got a mother that'd rather buy wine than help out her son, her firstborn son of all that. The guy that's done numerous things for other people, trying to help them out in situations, and my mom just can't see that. She sees she's just naive, you know. She sees the manipulation. That's what she sees. That because she is manipulated. It's unreal. So, anyways, that's my my update. Anyways, I've been just you know, the last 2 weeks I've been working at camp. I've been getting wood. I've been cleaning up. I moved my camp, set it all up. I just yesterday did a big cleanup again. Again, my brother came by, so we hung out. We might go fishing in this creek there later. We've seen some little fish, so we might just see what they are and just pass the time. I've been looking for work. Got a couple of rejection letters from Indeed, but that's the way it goes. So I just really try and do what I can. Fuck again, you know, I'm hurt. I got a sciatic problem, a back problem. I continue throughout the pain. I hike. I do what I got to do because I can't stop. You know, I can't give up. So you gotta work through the pain. And I don't know if anybody's ever dealt with sciatic issues, but it's not fun. And you know, I've had these problems for years, and for the past good year now, it's been bothering me almost on a daily basis. But I gotta get up. I gotta walk. I gotta push through it. I might be a little bit slower. I might be in pain, but I keep going. So that's what a warrior's got to do. So that's what I do. So I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my day. I'm gonna go and upload this video, check on some social media a little bit, try and figure some stuff out. You know, I'm starving. I need so much stuff. Like, I'm trying to sell some of my stuff. I could really use a couple $100 right now. Would get me going at least for a couple of weeks. I got nothing. I don't even have anything for food right now. I'm literally tapped right out. So, but these are things that I knew, you know, I had to make that sacrifice for the rally. You know, I had to use literally everything that I had. I could have used that money to get through what I'm going through right now, but instead I wanted to make that stand. I needed to make that stand. I needed to keep my promise, and I did keep that promise. So I got to keep my head up high no matter what, and just know that I did the right thing. So until next time, keep your head up, everyone.